Hey guys, sharing a story with you. A young doctor, good friend of mine. I knew him since I came to America. First, when I came to America, I landed in the neighborhood of his parents' house. So his father was a millionaire, and he came here. His father came here in early 70s, late 60s, and he was very so-called very successful in a way that he made a lot of money. Basically, he had like 7 spots where he made money, or each spot was kicking. Some was kicking 1 million a year, some was about to 3 million a year. And I had done there when I grew up, and I did help with the IT, and I was doing some of the internal business. So I know for sure that was the reasonable number back then. Anyway. So when I first came here, I met the young guy. I think he was in high school at that time, and I was about 4 years older than him, and we hooked up on many different things, politics and ethics and community support, humanity, and everything else. Music, we discussed black and white and you name it, racism, everything. And so his father and my father used to be in the front seat, and we rode in the back seat many times. And so then everyone got busy, and I got on my own business, engagements. And he went to college for a medical doctor. He became a good surgeon, and he had a white girl after him. And I'm not going to explain the extent of the business in between them, but the spark was very high. The girl was her parents and her party. It was a party from. She belonged to some kind of big power. I'm just going to leave it at that. And beautiful girl, nothing wrong with that. White girl. What happened is I'd been to his parents' house, that was his house as well. And I was talking to his grandmother, and she was telling me that we are followed by FBI. And there's someone's always on a roof or something, and then I did talk to his father, and he kind of rounded it off, saying that, well, it was just about the time when there was 9/11 and all that. And I was talking to his father, and he says, well, we all are somewhat troubled, but we all act differently. He did not want to admit. And he said, we all are tied up with these problems. So during that time, parents knew that if they let their boy marry that girl who came from a big party, it seemed like it was an agency party. It's an unspoken code in America. When you are a big shot leader of a community or something, your family is going to be attacked. It doesn't matter you are okay or you don't. It doesn't make any difference. There was a guy in Washington, D.C., an older. He forced his daughter to marry in his own community, but the girl kind of lured in the old man's old community. And that girl's husband, the arranged marriage husband, got shot. And he died, and I don't know what happened with it. So anyway, So that guy was as well a high-ranking office holder. So this guy got married. His parents hooked him up with a decent in Indian background girl. She was a doctor as well. Dancing, this and that, whatever. The liberal and fun person to hang around with. Uh, so as soon they got married, within a couple months, they were in California, and all of a sudden something happened. They went to a dinner, and after the dinner, something went wrong, and his car crashed mysteriously. He had a BMW. And at that time, I had a BMW as well, and we hooked up on that. He used to come over to me and get advice on cars because I was a master tech from Mercedes Benz back in the day. So his car got some kind of problem or something happened which nobody knows, and I asked the father, I said, have you done any investigation? He said, is it worth? Anyway, at the time of the funeral, his father, the boy died after the car accident. The boy and his arranged married girl, the doctor girl, the doctor boy, and there were two other riders who were their siblings. One had major damage, and the other one passed away. So it was like something crazy was done. My father was very down, so I I offered my condolences and help with him at the funeral. The reviewing was going on, and so I went around, and his father and I was standing outside. The body was inside the building, and under a tree. It used to be a tree there. Now there's nothing there in that area. But anyway, we were talking, and then the white girl goes around and looks at the face and comes back out and stops. We were the only two people. There was no one else around us. The old man's face. He said, "At least you let me look at his face now." She put 1 second delay and then walked away with a kind of attitude and arrogance, you can call it, pride of being either it's mine or nobody lives kind of deal. So the old man was very sad and very down. So I offered him, a lot of condolences, but obviously, a damage like that, you couldn't really heal that easily. But anyway, so I helped him with his business, and his mother was around at that time, the old man's mother. I used to help her with the tailoring. I used to be not an expert, but decent. I was at a decent level of tailoring. So, I used to help. His mother was into tailoring as well. So she used to tell me that there is always something going on. And so I installed, I was in the IT, and I helped him with his offices and at his house, with his, networking needs and computer software updates and this and that, whatever. Or if there was an issue with the air conditioning or something, I would help him out, car, you name it. So I used to spend a lot of time with him and his mother. And anyway, so when I was helping him doing the IT work, It was in a girl's Italian background. Uh, she appeared to be old school, but she was clever in a way. Her husband was someone who got into people's accounts, like he was an accountant or something. And she went around the whole uh, six, seven businesses, went over every single piece of information. At that time, I predicted that there is going to be a big collapse soon, and we split. Me and my partner split in just about that time. So I was thinned out so much I couldn't go all the way up, New York area and stuff. So I kind of backed out of it at that time. And soon the government went after him in many different ways and took down all his businesses. And he got sick, and a few years later, he left this world. So his other daughter got married to a white guy who has totally no similarity, no mutual commons. He's kind of, he's coming from a liberal to a point where you're drinking and partying is okay. And the girl's brought up with the parents' religious background. And the girl is a doctor, the guy is not. He's something else. He's just a random guy. So, and that party is again the same party, if you know what I mean. So that was the sad story of a guy who comes to America, works hard for 60 years, and the end is devastation.